I'm going to hit the record button now. Oh, we've got Melissa. Melissa, can you hear me? I'm going to unmute you for a second. It's not letting me unmute you. So never mind. I know you were having, oh, there we go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, you've got audio tonight. Yay. All right, I'm going to mute you. All right, I've got y'all muted. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be chatting with you about changing your mindset, about messaging people, especially when it comes to the kudoses. So this is something that I do on the first of the month. Am I recording? Yes. The first of the month, every single month. So I actually shared a video a long time ago, a while back ago. It kind of sort of deals with sponsoring and offering the opportunity, but it was about it was a metaphor or whatever you want to call it, comparing sponsoring and offering the opportunity to a waitress offering you dessert. You know, she doesn't get offended when you say no. That's part of her job to offer you dessert, right? So for me, I feel that my job is to offer the opportunity, right? Because it's so life-changing. Not that, I'm going to mute you, Ann. So I feel that it's super important to offer that opportunity and to, offer, not really offer, but share about the kudos. You get what I'm saying? So you're going to have people that are going to tell you no. You're going to have people that ignore you, and you can't let that bother you. So I know and I understand how it can be super intimidating, but think of it as when you get emails from other companies such as, Old Navy or Macy's or what have you. You get emails monthly, sometimes weekly. Those can be a little annoying when they're, weekly messaging or emailing you. But for instance, I get monthly emails from Old Navy about their deals that they're having. And, Old Navy doesn't feel like they are, they don't feel bad for emailing me. They want the sale. Whereas for most of us, while we want the sale and we want to make the commissions, we also want to let everybody know about the deal, right? Because I don't know about you, but I like deals and I want to know. So not everybody is going to see your posts in your VIP group or on your personal page, depending on like how your algorithm and everything is. So that's why it's important to take to Messenger. And I pride myself on messaging every single month. I live in my Messenger, and this is where I get the bulk of my orders. Now, for me, it has taken a while to build that up. It's because of parties that I have an amazing VIP group. It's because of parties that I have a lot of people who support me and who order month to month to month. So I can't express how important parties are. And by doing parties, I was able to add people with their permission into my VIP group, make new connections. And then, so like I said, I get the bulk of my sales from Messenger, and it's mainly, my best customers or people who have expressed interest in products that have maybe never ordered, people who are in my VIP group. However, I'm still partying. I still run parties. That way I can build my network, because at some point I'm going to exhaust who I have. And run into, not having any sales for a particular month, or people to talk to. So I feel that there is a tasteful way about going, about messaging your customers or whoever. I'm going to pull up a message here. I feel that there's a tasteful way to message someone about the kudos or about a deal that's going on your website, that is not that's not spammy or salesy. So for instance, let me backtrack before I share my message with you. One thing that I like to do, and I do this every month, if you have probably noticed in my VIP group, the day before the kudos is announced, I create a poll in my VIP group. And it's just getting people excited about the kudos. And what this does is it opens doors for me to immediately message those people who took the poll. Obviously, they want to know what the kudos is. So those are the people that I message first. I immediately go to the poll and message them first. I do not post about the kudos when I first find out. I'm in my messenger if I can be right away, depending on the day. And I know, so many of you, work and whatnot. So um, before I make the announcement of what it is, I want to make sure I message those people first because they took the time to take that poll, right? So I kind of want to give them that VIP treatment. So I will message them first. And then what I do is I will message all my previous customers. All right. And I do this because they've ordered from me before and we have some sort of relationship, right? And then after that, I will message all my VIPers, everybody that's in there that I have a relationship with. If it's somebody that has maybe been added in there or invited in there by somebody else and I don't really have a relationship with them, obviously I'm not going to message them because then that's where it starts to become that spammy, salesy message, just trying to get like a sale when you don't have a relationship. So I definitely recommend messaging people and customers and VIPers who you have relationships with. Whether it's, super strong or not. There's some people who, I'll talk to here and there, not like daily or anything, but I'll still message them because there is some sort of relationship there. Okay, so here is an example of what I sent to my friend Lori. And I pretty much send the same thing to everybody. I do change it up. I'll change like the name. I'll try to make it, relate to them if I'm going to I like to use meanwhile a lot towards the ends of my messages. Like, for example, something that I was doing when I shared about the purple mascara, the poll, the purple, or which do you prefer, or would you wear purple mascara? And at the end of my message, like, meanwhile, I really loved your kids' costumes. Did they have fun trick-or-treating? Because then people like to talk about themselves, and most likely, a lot of the times, people will message me back answering that, and then they will answer, whether or not they're interested. So, anywho, this is pretty much what I send every single time, every month. And I obviously change it based off of what the kudos is because, our kudos changes every month. So, hey, Lori, good morning. Happy Thursday. Can you believe it's November 1st? Crazy insane. 2018 is almost gone. Well, since it's the first of the month, you know what that means, new kudos. And I have like the emoji, with its hand raising up. I say it's a 27% savings. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not. No big deal. Never any pressure. Just want to keep you in the know if you happen to be interested. And then I list what it is, and I always, always share a picture. I don't know if you can see it. It's what I did share in my VIP group. I share a picture and attach a picture of it so that they can see it. Okay, and I try to always have it, if it's a product that I have, I always try to get my face in there wearing that product. So with this one, I only did swatches of a graphic of the eyeliners, and then I showed my results wearing Epic mascara. I showed my results wearing a liquid lipstick, and then a silly picture of me with the cleansing stick. Okay, because people want to see you, they want to see the product on you. So I definitely recommend trying to stay away from graphics as much as possible. So like I said, people are going to ignore you, or they're going to say no. They might be interested, or they're going to say yes. So for instance, Lori, she asked me how much it is. And that's another thing. I never list the price. I always say what the savings is, but I never list the price. That is where it gets into that being spammy and salesy. Oh, it's $69, at 27% savings, and you get this and this and this, and I think this would look great on you, and you should try this. That's kind of going a little towards the spammy, salesy route. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I always throw in Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not, no big deal, no pressure. I just want to keep you in the know in case you happen to be interested. That way I'm taking that pressure off of them. They don't feel obligated to order it because, yeah, I want them to order it, but I don't care if they order it or not. I just want to let them know about the bundle deal because maybe this is what they've been waiting for. You never know. So anyway, she asked me how much it is. And I also leave out my website. I never put my website in my message or on my collage, or the price. Okay, so I feel like that is super important, super key. Leave your website off, leave the price off. If they're interested, they're going to ask for it, just like she did. She said, "How much is it?" And all I do is say, "It's $69 plus tax and shipping," with a smiley face. And that was it. That was the end of our conversation. Well, tonight I went live and in my VIP group because I got the purple mascara and the lippy. And I said at the end, if you're interested in more details, comment kudos below. She commented kudos, and I'm like, I swear I messaged Lori. I swear I messaged her because she's a customer of mine. And I have a pretty decent relationship with her. And I did. I obviously messaged her. And so I just was like, "Hey, Lori, thanks for interacting in my live tonight. Isn't that purple mascara fun? Anywho, it's $69 plus tax and shipping. I sent you a collage above the other day on it that shows the color swatches of the eyeliners, and you also get your choice of liquid lipstick shade too. Would you like me to send you some swatches of those as well, just to check it out?" So do you see how, and this is like, how I'm saying it to you is exactly how I say it in my head. I personally don't feel like I'm salesy. I feel like I'm just sharing, right? So, and she just replied back, "I want what you used. I love those colors." So she wanted exactly what I used in my live, and that's why it's so important to go live, you guys. This was like right after my live. Um, so I was able to get that sale. I went ahead and placed that order for her. And yeah, so I got a sale from going live. And like I said, people are going to say no. They're going to say, they're going to ignore you. They might be interested. So she kind of was a little interested when she asked me initially what the price was, but then that was the end of it. So I'm not going to pressure her. I've given her the information that she wants. Another thing you can say if they ask how much it is, it's $69 plus tax and shipping. If you need me to send you any swatches of any of the products, definitely let me know. That's something else that you can say. So I have a lot of people that ignore me. I have a ton of people that ignore me. And I have people who will be like, "Oh, no, thank you, but I really appreciate you sending me information about the deal. When you have another deal, definitely let me know." And that's kind of reassurance for myself. Like, okay, they like that I sent them that message. They don't feel spammed because it was said in a tasteful way. So, and they like deals. So I make a mental note of that, and if they're a customer of mine, I'm going to message them the next month anyway about the new kudos. But then that makes me not feel so bad for messaging them. It makes me feel like I'm not spamming them. They like deals. This one just didn't happen to speak to them. I also get ignored a ton. But there's one particular month that I got ignored a lot, and I ended up getting a lot of sales from the people that ignored me. One in particular was my friend Haley. I sent her messages about the Flawless 4 because she had ordered concealer, and she's ordered all those products before. And I messaged her about the Flawless 4 kudos, or we had the triple threat, the 3 products, and didn't get a response. And a couple days later, I got an order from her. And I initially take my thank yous to Messenger in a voice message. I always voice message first. And anyways, I was like, "Hey girl, like, thank you so much for placing, your triple threat order. I'm so excited for you to get refills on your favorite face products, blah, blah, blah." And she's like, "No, thank you. I would have never known about that deal if you never would have messaged me." And I'm like, okay, like, good. Like, I love hearing that feedback. Obviously I'm not saying good to her, However, she's in my VIP group, right? Okay, so people are not looking at all my posts. They probably have, the notifications either turned off or maybe turned to highlight. So posting and praying is not going to get you any sales. That's why it's super important to message people. I have been doing this, I want to say, since the beginning of the year, since January. This is what I've been doing on the first of every single month. And not once have I ever had somebody chime back to me and tell me that they don't want to receive messages. Not once have I had someone say anything negative about my messages, because, like I said, I feel like they are typed up in a tasteful way, in a non-spammy way, in a way that they do not feel pressured. It's all in your mind. You have to change that mindset. If you want the sale, if you want the commissions, if you want the PRS, if you want these bonuses, if you want to promote, you've got to get in your messenger, and you've got to get it out of your head that you're bothering people, because you're not, unless you're being like, hey girl, here's my website, you need this, kudos, it's $69. You know what I mean? Like, that's spammy and salesy. That turns me off. And it will turn a lot of people off. You're doing them a favor by messaging them about the savings, especially if they're, customers of yours that order from you quite frequently. You're doing them a disservice by not letting them know about the kudos. I just always recommend messaging about the kudos and leaving it up to them to decide if they want it or not. Same thing when it goes with sponsoring, same thing when it goes with partying. Messaging them, offering it to them, because if you don't offer it to them, it's always going to be no. And then just ultimately letting them decide. I think that's pretty much all that I have. Like I said, I just want to reiterate, people are going to ignore you, and you can't get caught up on that. I'll have people read my message and then not reply to me until like 2 days later. Or, like I said, not reply to me at all and then go ahead and order it because they know off the top of their head my website. So you cannot get hung up on that. If you do have people that are interested, that express interest, this is where I know some people have trouble. They get like excited and they word vomit. They're like, oh, I might get a sale. I'm so excited. Like, okay, when someone expresses interest, you just gotta take a deep breath and think, what would I want to hear? Put yourself in their shoes. How would I want to hear this? So for when people express interest, this is where, I'm like, if you need help choosing colors, if you would like pictures of swatches, I've got all that, girl. You just let me know. It's $69 plus tax and shipping. So same thing goes with sponsoring and booking parties. Just something that I've taught myself to do is take a deep breath before I reply, because when it comes to sponsoring and you've got someone who's really, really interested and thinking about joining, it's so, like, you get so excited, right? I still get that way even 3 years later. And so I just take a deep breath and I think, what would I want to hear? How can I word this in a non-spammy way that is still going to, draw their attention in and, be relatable? You get what I'm saying? Does that all make sense? Just seeing who's all on here. I hope you found this helpful. I can unmute you all. Again, I just feel that Messenger is where it's at. You can't just post a collage of the kudos and pray that you're going to get a sale. You have to be consistent. You have to post about it. You have to go live with it. Showcase the products on your face. Don't just post graphics. Don't post your link all over the place. Don't post the price all over the place. Get into your messenger and message people. If they come back and say like, no, I'm not interested, please don't message me anymore, then so be it. But like I said, I've never had anybody do that because of how I word it. I word it to where ultimately it's their decision if they want to order it or not. There's never any pressure. I actually have people who are like, I want you to message me every month what the new Kudos is. And so I have like a list of people who automatically want that message. Because this is something that I've consistently been doing for the last 11 months, everybody is expecting it on the 1st. They know that they're going to get a message from me on what the Kudos is. So I think it's something that is great to get into the habit of. If you need help with verbiage, I'm happy to help you and coach you and teach you on how to talk to people. I've come a long way. If you if you look back, Brenna and I were talking about this. If you just look back at how we used to talk to people, it's like, why? No wonder why I couldn't book a party to save my life. No wonder why nobody would join me, because I was so spammy and salesy. And you learn over time. All of you have so much at your fingertips that Brenna and I did not have when we first started in our businesses. And I'm so glad that we are able to provide that type of training for you and be there for all of you for that one-on-one help too when you're needing it. So definitely utilize me. If you aren't sure on how something sounds, send it to me first and I can, help coach you and whatnot. If you're unsure about anything, that's what I'm here for. So utilize me, right? All right, I'll unmute everybody and see if anybody has any questions. I hope you found that helpful. Liz, I know you are looking really forward to this. Like, does this make you feel better?
Yes.
How do you feel about cats? I always wanted one. Well, now you have 8.
Oh, who's watching something about cats? How do you feel about cats? Good. I'm glad that you found it helpful. I think that it's all in. I'm gonna have to mute everybody again. Who's got their TV up loud? Who's deaf?
I do.
Of course, Bola. Anyways, I think it's all a mentality. It really is. You just got to get out of your head. I'm not saying like you in general. I mean everybody. Get out of your head. Quit thinking that you're bothering people. If you do it in a tasteful way, just start. If you're not comfortable, start with people who take your poll. Create a poll. If maybe you don't get anybody who takes a poll, takes your poll, because that happens, go to your customer base and start messaging your customers. Okay, everybody that's ever ordered from you that you have a relationship with, start there and see how it goes. See what kind of responses you get. See if anybody comments and says, please don't message me ever again, because I highly doubt that you're going to get that unless you're being super spammy. Like I said, take the pressure off of them. Let them know that there is no pressure. Maybe it's for them. Maybe it's not. It's not a big deal. But you just want to let them know about the bundle deal. So I would just maybe start there. If you're feeling uneasy, just ease into it. Start with creating a poll the night before. I usually do this at peak times, anywhere between 8:30 and 9:30 the night before, unless like I'm pushing for like a promotion. Unless you're pushing for a promotion or to hit a goal for the end month, don't do that, because don't waste a post on creating a poll in your group when you could be sharing about something going on for that particular month. You get what I'm saying? But if not, otherwise, 8:30 to 9:30 at night are great peak times that people are online surfing the internet before they go to bed. And people really like that poll option. So if you get into, so what I noticed is not a lot of people would take my poll at first, but because I consistently was using that poll option month to month to month, more people started utilizing it. So get into the habit of doing that the night before or first thing in the morning before the Kudos is announced. The Kudos is announced at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. For the most part. anywho, I would maybe start there in the poll. That way, you know, maybe you have 4 or 5 people that take it. The way your verbiage would be, you know, like with Lori, I said, you know, hey, like happy Thursday, blah, blah, blah. So if Lori would have taken my poll, I would have been like, good morning, happy Thursday. Thank you so much for taking my poll. I greatly appreciate it. I'm so excited to share with you what the new Kudos is this month. It's a 27% savings. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not. No big deal, never any pressure. Just wanted to let you know in case you were interested, and then list what they are. Start there, and then go to your customer base. If you have a follow-up system that you do, you know, go to your follow-up system that you have, or even in your back office, you can go to the Customer Connect, and that one tab that says customers, it will list every single person that's ordered from you. So, you know, start there. And then as you're feeling more and more comfortable, then gradually add in, you know, VIPers, people who aren't necessarily customers but maybe are watching you, and you know they're watching you because they comment on your stuff, or they like your things, or you have a good relationship with them. But this is where it gets to be the spammy salesy when you go and message someone that you haven't talked to in years. Don't do that. Build the relationship first, as you know, we are always saying, you know, build the relationship first. You want that relationship there first. You want to know that person. You want that person to know you before you go out and message them about a deal that you have. So again, just get out of your head. Just get out of your head. You're not being salesy or spammy, and you're not bothering them. Like I said, Old Navy, Macy's, Dillard's, whatever, they don't care if they're bothering people. They want that sale. They're going to send out that email, that flyer every month, letting people know about the sale. Kohl's. How about Kohl's? Kohl's is huge. You know, we get coupons in the mail all the time, and I don't feel spammed. I'm always like, hell yeah, when I get that 30% off sticker, right? I'm going to be going to Kohl's this month, you know? So, anyways, just don't feel like you're being spammy or salesy. Put it in a tasteful way. If you need help with the verbiage, that's what I'm here for. Feel free to use my verbiage. I'm happy to share it with you. Anywho, again, I hope you found this helpful. We have about 9 minutes remaining before this will automatically shut off. Does anybody have any questions on anything that I chatted about tonight on? Did you find it helpful? I love your feedback. I just wanted to come on here and make you feel not so uneasy about it, you know, because you shouldn't. Get out of your head. Get out of your head, Christy. Get out of your head, Melissa. Get out of your head, Kelsey. Get out of your head, Liz. Get out of your head, Anne. And just do it. I promise you, it's not so scary. It's not. And then it creates a good habit. It really does. It creates a good habit. You want to create good habits in your business. So it's something that I automatically know the night before on the 30th or 31st, or if it's February the 28th, I know that I'm going to be in my messenger for a lot of the day if I'm able to. Well, if nobody has anything, I will hop off here. Oh, just one more thing. Another thing, corporate, they do not send out, they email our customers if they have requested an email, a newsletter or whatever. They email them mid-month. So if you're not messaging your customers and you're not sharing about the Kudos, or maybe you're posting here and there about the Kudos, your customers aren't going to know until mid-month what the Kudos is, because that's when they receive the email. I want to say it's like around the 12th or the 13th. That's when they're receiving their email about the Kudos. They don't get it on the 1st. So that's where you come into play and message them. So just start little, like I said, start with polls. Once you feel comfortable with that, start with messaging your best customers, people who pretty much consistently order from you, or people who have ordered from you and love their products. Especially if they're products in the Kudos that they have. You know, maybe you've got someone who loves Epic maybe it's time for an epic refill. And it's a perfect time to let them know about the kudos. Like, hey, listen, let them know. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules and evenings to listen to my annoying voice.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yes, you're so welcome. Thank you, everybody that took the poll that I created in the team group. And again, for those of you who hopped on a little later, I'm noticing that the group notifications aren't going through again on some groups. I'm experiencing this. So just be mindful of that. Go in and check that group page, just once or twice a day. Just check and see if there's anything important being announced if you're not getting notifications. Because I try to share things in there that are going to help motivate you and inspire you. I post things in there that are going to help you, things that are going to help me too, because I love the feedback. And feel free, to interact in there, ladies. Like this group is for all of you, and that's why I pulled us from Brenna's group so that we could, form a bond and relationship with one another and get closer, and cheer each other on. So I just need to commend Kelsey because she just always is the first person to just cheer somebody on and something and congratulate somebody. So thank you for doing that. You have to think, when someone new joins, how scary it was for you, and just to hear and see all that, welcome to the sisterhood, welcome, all these welcomes, it feels really good. Put yourself in their shoes, or when someone promotes, or when someone does something great, when someone has a great post, or if something that's posted really resonates with you, thank that person for posting that. Like, hey girl, like, thank you so much for posting this. I really needed it. I love your interaction in there, ladies. So thank you so much for taking that poll. I know I say this and I'm so bad at it. I'm gonna try to get at least monthly Zoom calls in, at least monthly. I would love to do weekly. But I have a feeling my life is going to get pretty cray-cray here in the next few months. And I'm going to have to really work around my little guy's schedule once he's here. So I would love to get monthly Zoom calls in. So if there is anything ever that you feel that you need more information on, that you would like more training on, please let me know. I'll try to create more polls just to kind of see. Don't forget that there's a files and albums tab in our group that has so much information, so many videos that I have put up there for you all. So definitely utilize that too. All right, well, I will hop off here. I won't take any more of your time. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a good night. If you have any questions, just shoot me a message. And that's all I've got. Thank you, ladies.
Thank
Bye.
you.
You're welcome. You're so welcome. Bye.
Bye.